Well, folks, I hope you can hear me. It's raining. It's Thursday evening late, and it just started raining.
And on the 8th day, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a caretaker. So God made a farmer.
Howdy, folks. I'm Darren. Welcome to 8th Day Chronicles here at Cross Timbers Farm. Glad to have you with us today. We cut hay on Tuesday, first week of May. The day we cut it, and you may have saw in the other video, the video of the cutting, I said we're taking a gamble, and we did. Today we're cutting our test plot. It's a gamble. If you're a hay farmer, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The weather, especially this time of year in the spring when we have the days warming up some and we have these rogue storms that blow into the evenings, thunderstorms, pop-up showers. The forecast Tuesday said good the rest of the day, Tuesday night. Wednesday, the weather was going to be good. Thursday, during the day, the weather good, but the forecast was saying like a 38 to 40% chance of rain Thursday evening. And in the other video I commented, 40% chance of rain means there's a 60% chance it's not going to. But we knew the forecast and we took a gamble. Our hay was, in the test plot, was prime, ready to cut. Middle of the road for stem versus leaf. It was a good spot to cut it. It was in a good place in the growth cycle for the best of both worlds. First cut you're gonna have stem, but the stem to leaf ratio at that point was really good for the best we can make for first cut. And so we took a gamble and we cut it. Knowing it was a gamble, there's a reason a lot of farmers, it's feast or famine. They either have great seasons and the weather cooperates, their crops grow, they get the rain when they need it. When they need the rain to stop, it stops. Then you have a year where it's either too much rain, the rain just soaks the ground, rots the seed, or rains on your hay, rains on your crops, whatever. It's just part of it. And when you go into farming, you have to accept that. We knew this was going to be a gamble, and this was a gamble we lost. Today is Friday. We cut on Tuesday evening. Last night, Thursday, we knew the rain chances. Tuesday, the rain chances were about, I think it said actually like 38%. Okay, right at 40. Wednesday was nice, good sun. Our dry down was going really good. I came out yesterday to the test plot 2 different times and looked at the hay. It was starting to get that grayish green look. Picked some of it up, handled it. It was already starting to get a little bit crunchy sounding, and it was by no means dried down to a proper moisture level, but it was starting to make good progress. We were getting there. Yesterday, Thursday, during the day, all day long, sunshine and a breeze, and I kept looking at the forecast. The forecast kept saying, I got an alert on my phone, a severe thunderstorm warning for our area for Thursday evening, Thursday night. I was like, oh no. I gambled, I may lose, and last night about 20 minutes before dark, and it started drizzling rain. I look at the sky's getting darker, and of course the sun was going down, but you could just see the darker clouds. Look on my phone at the radar, oh my. You could see red sails heading right toward us. A pretty long line of them. I was like, oh no. I looked at the forecast from Tuesday, it said 38% to Thursday evening, it was saying 100% chance. And they were even saying strong storms, lightning, thunder, heavy downpours, and hail. They were issuing severe thunderstorms. It rained pretty good for about 30 minutes. I mean, not a downpour, just, a shower. And I got into the house and for the night, and suddenly you could hear on our roof and everything outside, you could hear hail. It was landing on the roof, out on the driveway, porch, anything that would make a sound. Looked out the window, turned the porch lights on, and sure enough, it's hailing. Not bad, but hailing. Then the downpour started, and it downpoured for about 30 minutes. Then it rained, just normal rain. This started about 7 p.m. and it ended about 11 p.m. So you're looking at about 4 hours worth of rain and a short period of downpour. This morning in our rain gauge, 1/2 inch. We got a 1/2 inch of rain, but you can see out today, we got a lot of high clouds, sunshine, and a breeze. This wind is really good. Is our hay salvageable? We've got rained on hay. I think it is, depending on the forecast. If last night all we got, and we've got the equipment to deal with it, a hay tedder in this situation, and I think a tedder's valuable in all situations when you start talking premium hay, with getting it spread out to conserve sugars and starches, stomatal openings in the leaves of grass hays, and we've talked a lot about that. A tedder's invaluable, but especially in this situation. You get some rained on hay, a tedder is worth its weight in gold. Get this hay spread out, stirred, kicked, turned for dry down, to dry this back out quickly. We got a breeze, we got sunshine. However, today's Friday. This rain will set us back at least a full day, if not 2. Today's Friday. We get this tedded, spread out, dried back out, and if our forecast stays clear, we're good. The forecast now says clear today, cloudy and overcast, but really no rain chances tomorrow, but cloudy, which means no radiant heat from the sun on the hay to help dry down. It'll still dry some if it don't rain, but it's staying overcast and cloudy. Then they're calling for like a 37% chance of rain Sunday, 90% Monday. This time of year, the weather changes so rapidly in late spring like this. And it's been that way for a couple of years here. It just goes from one extreme to the other quickly, and the forecast changes quickly. It is what it is. So if we get no more rain for the next 3 or 4 days, we're going to be good. But I don't think we're going to. I think we're going to get more rain Sunday. And would this be ready to bale by Sunday? I doubt it. Today's Friday. I think if we can get it spread out today and a full day Saturday, I think it would probably take till Sunday afternoon before it could be baled to reach a proper moisture content. And because some of it's still green, it has not dried all the way to a proper, or even close to a proper moisture content when it rained last night. It was in the process. I think we're going to, it would be Monday before we could probably bale this, and it's supposed to rain Sunday and Monday. So it is what it is. This may come to a point where this hay, and it was pretty good quality for first cut, actually really good quality. It may come to the point where we just ted it and ted it and ted it, trying to keep it dry and keep any mold from happening until we can finally bale it or rake it off the field, or get the bush hog out here and just chop it up and leave it for organic material on the test plot, or just bale it up for decoration hay or something. I don't know, nest box hay for chickens, or it may, if we get more rain Sunday and Monday, it may pretty well do it in, even with a tedder. But if we get no more rain and we can get this baled when it gets dry enough, we're gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It didn't rain enough on it last night to do a lot of damage, because after that rain last night, you can see we're in full sun, a breeze. Perfect recipe for salvaging this hay if we get no more rain. Okay, let's take a look at it. You can see underneath, the top of it's starting to get a gray, greenish gray look. It's starting to cure. Okay, let's take a look underneath it. Still pretty green. And the camera will never show this, but it is wet. Okay, it's wet underneath. You can actually see moisture glistening in it in the sun. I doubt the camera will pick that up. So, what are we gonna do? We're gonna take this and let the sun stay on this about another 2 hours till about 1 p.m. It's about 11 a.m. now. And about 1 p.m., when the top of this has got pretty dry, we're gonna kick it with a tedder and see if we can salvage this rained on hay. But folks, so is life. Adversity. What are you gonna do when something happens? Things happen in life. And you know what? The Bible tells us that it rains on the just and the unjust. And our Father in heaven above knows what is best for everything involved. And he knew for some reason that this area needed the rain, so we got it. Whether or not my hay was down or my neighbor right across the hill needed the rain for his garden. You see what I'm saying? It's how you deal with it, and the way you look at the situation, how you respond. And you know what? It's good. It's all good. We are blessed beyond measure. I've got a tedder and a tractor to take care of this rained on hay. And if it rains more and the hay is a loss here on the test plot for the first cut, it's going to be okay. God's good all the time, and all the time God's good. Life is good. And we're going to smile and enjoy our day regardless of what happens to this hay. It's all good. And we're going to rejoice. This is the day the Lord hath made. Whether it's raining or sunshine, let's rejoice and be glad in it. Maybe we didn't want the rain because we had hay down, but I might have 3 or 4 neighbors that have crops in the ground or gardens that that are getting really dry that are thanking God today for the wonderful rain we got last night. So it's all good. And we are thankful to be alive and thankful for our blessings. And rain on hay is just a small bump in the road of life. And how you look at it and your attitude toward it make the difference. So it's going to be good either way. All right, let's let this beautiful sun do its thing for another hour or two. And we're going to fire up the Kubota and the Rhino PT207 2-basket hay tedder. You can see how the hay's kind of matted from the rainfall. All right, let's take a look at some of it underneath. See that? It's damp. Yeah, goodness, is it wet. Good looking hay. The leaf to stem ratio is really good for first cut. I mean, really good. But it's sure wet underneath. I really believe that we can salvage this hay and still make decent hay out of it if it don't rain anymore. That's going to be the kicker, if it don't rain anymore. Been a couple hours, we're ready to kick this hay. And I've made a decision not to kick it real hard. The reason is, it is very windy today. Very good to help this dry down. However, what is dry on top, and I've experienced this on this field before, the wind from west to east or north to south comes across this ridge top and goes that way. And when it's really, really windy, I've had it before where I kicked it and you could see the hay going down the hill. And the further down you got, the further that way it blew it. I'm really kind of afraid that if we kick this too hard, the wind's going to catch it. What is on top that is dry is going to blow every bit of this hay down the hill. So I'm going to kick it gently first at a slow speed just to stir it up and see how it goes. We'll do that. This is small acreage, 3/10 of an acre. I can ted it out gently, slowly, and then get off and look at it. If that's just not doing the job, then I can kick it harder. Still won't take long. So we're going to kick it to start out with very gently and see what happens. First tedding of the day is complete after this rain event. And the hay, you know, it's not as bad as what you'd think a ½ inch of rain would do to it. It's pretty good. Really windy today, and that's helping. However, when we tedded this, and I alluded to it a few minutes ago, the wind blows this way off the hill, coming over this ridge top and blowing down this way, and it gains speed through our fields. When you ted this at a high speed and really kick it, I shouldn't say speed, but speed as in your basket's turning, and you kick it pretty hard, I'm telling you, I know this from experience, the wind will catch it and blow it. The further down the field you go, the further down our hay ends up. You end up here at the top with just about bare ground. And by the time you get down there, it's waist deep. I had that happen, was it last year or the year before? I can't remember. It was a disaster. We had waist high hay all the way at the bottom of our field down next to the bank and the woods line that took us hours and hours of pulling that hay back up into the field and spreading it out. It's gonna make good, decent hay, I think, if we don't get any more rain. So we'll just see. Time will tell. Thanks for being with us. Rained on hay. We'll keep you updated and let you know how it's going. Yeah, this hay's gonna be okay if we don't get any more rain. It's just about dried back out to the point where it was yesterday evening at dusk. Yeah, it's gonna be okay. Some good looking hay. Even after it's been rained on, I'm telling you, that tedder can save your hay when you have a situation like this. Sure, some of the nutrients probably leached out of it through that moisture. Some, but I don't think a lot. This hay's gonna be okay. Lots of times hay that has laid out, dry down too long, and been really rained on heavily, you can just look at it and tell. It gets that yellowish brown color pretty quickly in heavy rain. And honestly, if I was looking at this from yesterday evening, right before the rain till now, I can't really tell no difference. As far as visually, it looks really good still. Now it's just a matter, are we gonna get any more rain? Forecast says yes, very possibly yes. So we'll just have to see. It'll be good either way. Thanks for being with us, I really appreciate it. We'll keep you updated on how this rained on hay goes. Thanks for being with us, I really appreciate it, and I pray God blesses you and your family, and I pray y'all have a fantastic day.